Some songs become hits because they capture the spirit of their time. Others seem to slip through a hidden door in the culture. A door guarded by arcade noises, synthetic voices, chess tournaments, and words that do not exist.
Or the Philippines, or Hastings, or this place.
The 1980s gave pop music permission to be colorful, theatrical, mechanical, and wonderfully strange. Sometimes the weirdest idea in the room is the one nobody can forget.
So I'm heading out the back door and in the other side.
Number 1. Pac-Man Fever by Buckner and Garcia. Imagine an arcade on a Saturday night. Glowing cabinets, sticky floors, pockets full of quarters, and that electronic maze calling from across the room. Columbia soon picked it up, and Pac-Man Fever climbed to number 9 in 1982. The actual game's sounds made the record feel less like a tribute than an arcade cabinet somehow singing through the radio. Its success even produced an entire album devoted to different video games. For one peculiar season, the lonely pursuit of a high score became something everyone could share. Pac-Man Fever preserved the sound of childhood discovering the future. Number 2. She Blinded Me with Science by Thomas Dolby.
She blinded me with science.
Few records announce their eccentricity as proudly as this one. Thomas Dolby surrounded a nervous romantic encounter with bubbling synthesizers, electronic percussion, laboratory theatrics, and the booming interjections of Magnus Pipe. A genuine British nutritional scientist and television personality. The track was absent from the original edition of the Golden Age of Wireless, but after the single caught fire, later American versions added it. In Britain, it stalled at number 49. In America, helped by MTV's appetite for memorable images, it reached number 5. Dolby later described it as unusually frivolous, compared with his more serious work. Yet that playful experiment became his defining American hit. Beneath the comic machinery was a familiar feeling. Attraction can make even the smartest person lose all reason. Sometimes intelligence is impressive, but bewilderment is more unforgettable. Number 3. Cars by Gary Numan. The opening synthesizer does not invite you inside. It seals the doors. Gary Numan's Cars sounded startlingly empty on American radio in 1980, with its rigid beat, icy electronics, and vocal, delivered almost without human warmth. Yet the song's emotional distance came from a frighteningly physical experience. Numan said, "A confrontation in London traffic ended with men attempting to pull him from his vehicle. He locked himself inside and escaped by driving onto the pavement, leaving him with the idea of the automobile as a private fortress." It also ignores familiar pop rules. There is no conventional chorus, and Numan stops singing roughly halfway through, allowing the machines to finish the story. Still, it reached number 9 in America. Cars captured a modern contradiction that feels even sharper now. The safest place can also become the loneliest. Number 4. One Night in Bangkok by Murray Head. It begins as though velvet curtains are rising on a grand theater, then suddenly transforms into a hard electronic groove beneath Murray Head's cool, half-spoken performance. One Night in Bangkok came from Chess, the Cold War musical created by lyricist Tim Rice with ABBA's Benny Andersson and Bjorn Ulvaeus. Head plays the arrogant American chess master Freddie Trumper, but the soaring chorus on the original concept recording is actually sung by Swedish vocalist Anders Glenmark. Somehow, a record filled with chess references, theatrical exposition, and rap-adjacent verses reached number 3 in America in 1985. It made intellectual obsession sound glamorous, lonely, and faintly absurd. Perhaps every crowded city contains someone too preoccupied to notice its beauty. Are you enjoying this video? If you are, please hit the like button. I'd sincerely appreciate it. Number 5. Sussudio by Phil Collins. By 1985, Phil Collins seemed able to turn almost any musical impulse into a radio hit, even a sound that meant absolutely nothing. While improvising over a drum machine pattern, Collins began singing the invented word Sussudio as a temporary placeholder. He tried to replace it with something meaningful, but no ordinary word fitted the rhythm as naturally, so the nonsense survived. Released from the enormously successful No Jacket Required, Sussudio rose all the way to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The achievement feels like a perfect expression of 80s pop confidence. A huge production, an unstoppable groove, and a chorus built around language, created purely for its sound. Listeners did not need a definition, because the record supplied its own emotion. Sometimes a word becomes real, simply because millions of people remember how it felt.
Last night I had the strangest dream. I sailed away to China.
Number 6. Break My Stride by Matthew Wilder.
Nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Some records feel as though they were designed for walking away from a bad week with your head held high. Matthew Wilder's Break My Stride bounces forward on a peculiar mixture of synthesizer pop, reggae rhythm, and a vocal delivery that seems to trip over itself without ever falling. Released in 1983,
Got to keep on moving. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride.
it climbed to number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 in early 1984. Wilder was reportedly inspired by his frustration with Arista Records president Clive Davis, who had rejected his earlier material. Even the song's dreamlike opening drew from that discouraging relationship. Wilder later moved behind the scenes,
And you said you had to get your laundry clean. Didn't want no
producing major artists and helping create music for Disney's Mulan. What sounded playful carried a stubborn message. Sometimes survival is simply refusing to let disappointment choose your direction.
haunted by a million screams. But I could
Number 7. Land of Confusion by Genesis.
see this is a land of confusion.
For anyone who grew up beneath the shadow of nuclear anxiety, this song's video could feel like a nightmare interrupting Saturday morning television. Genesis paired an urgent rock anthem with grotesque puppets borrowed from the British satirical program Spitting Image,
We're moving into the street.
transforming Ronald Reagan, world leaders, and the band themselves into rubber-faced witnesses to catastrophe. Directed by Jim Yukich and John Lloyd, the clip became nearly inseparable from the music, earning heavy MTV attention, while the single reached number 4 in America.
They say the danger's gone our way. But
The strangest moment places Reagan beside a bedside control panel, where one mistaken button threatens the world. A joke carrying the fears of an entire generation. Yet the song was not surrendering to despair. Beneath the apocalyptic imagery lived a plea for responsibility
burning into the night. There's too many men.
and human courage. Sometimes comedy is not an escape from fear. It is how frightened people find the nerve to face it. Oh, by the way, I will be posting more videos like this, so please like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next video. Okay, on to the next. Number 8. You Dropped a Bomb on Me by the Gap Band.
Baby, you dropped a bomb on me. But you turned
The opening effect sounds like something descending from the sky, followed by synthesizers that hit with almost physical force. The Gap Band took the ordinary devastation of romantic betrayal and enlarged it into an air raid, building You Dropped a Bomb on Me.
You lit the fuse. I stand accused.
around electronic whistles, booming drums, and Charlie Wilson's wounded intensity. Released on Gap Band 4 in 1982, the track reached number 2 on Billboard's Hot Black Singles chart, while crossing over to number 31 on the Hot 100. That difference tells its own story. Its pop placement was modest, compared with the enormous life it developed in funk clubs, parties, sports arenas, and later hip-hop culture. Produced through Lonnie Simmons' Total Experience label, it helped define the era's muscular synth-funk sound. The metaphor may be wildly excessive, but heartbreak has always made exaggeration feel honest. Some departures do not leave silence behind. They leave a crater. Number 9. Bring Me Edelweiss by Edelweiss. Picture an Alpine souvenir shop exploding onto a late 80s dance floor. Yodeling, cowbells, electronic drums, sampled voices, and a chorus that feels strangely familiar. Austrian group Edelweiss reportedly followed ideas from the manual, the KLF's mischievous guide to manufacturing a #1 single. Assembling recognizable ingredients into a deliberately ridiculous pop collage. Bring Me Edelweiss borrowed the melodic shape of ABBA's Als Once, wrapped it in mountain imagery, and sold millions while reaching #1 across several European countries. Its American number 24 placement, however, belonged to Billboard's Modern Rock Tracks chart, not the Hot 100, making it the technical oddity in this countdown as well as the musical one. The record never asks to be taken seriously. Its charm comes from committing completely to the joke. In an era of grand ambition, it proved that calculated nonsense could still create spontaneous happiness. Could this be the strangest dance hit the 80s ever sent around the world? Comment yes if you agree.
Got my boots dusty.
Number 10. I Wanna Be a Cowboy by Boys Don't Cry.
I wanna be a cowboy.
There was something wonderfully absurd about a British new wave band, imagining the American West through drum machines, spoken comedy, and playground fantasy. I Wanna Be a Cowboy
Riding on the range. I've got my hat.
turned Western cliches into synth-pop theater, complete with exaggerated accents, saloon imagery, and a hero whose frontier dreams seem borrowed from old television reruns. The record became far more successful in America than at home, reaching number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100 while barely entering the British chart.
I wanna be a cowboy.
Its video added another improbable detail. Motorhead's Lemmy appeared as a menacing gunslinger, bringing genuine rock and roll danger into an otherwise cartoonish production. For Boys Don't Cry, the song became both a breakthrough and a trap. The novelty that preserved their name while overshadowing everything else they recorded. Yet its silliness conceals a recognizable desire. Reinvention often begins with pretending to be someone braver, freer, and farther from home. Sometimes escape starts with a costume. Number 11. General Hospi-Tale by the Afternoon Delights. Before streaming, missing a soap opera episode could mean losing your place in a story everyone seemed to be discussing. General Hospi-Tale turned that shared anxiety into a cheerful rap recap, racing through the romances, betrayals, and medical melodrama of General Hospital.
Without my soap, General Hospital.
Reportedly worked as a radio soap opera updater, so the song grew from the very real task of summarizing daytime television for listeners. Recorded by the Boston vocal group The Afternoon Delights, it arrived during the enormous public fascination with Luke and Laura.
There's one thing that you can give me that Leslie can't, and that's passion.
And climbed to number 33 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1981. Its rhythm also reflected the brief mainstream breakthrough of early rap records such as Blondie's Rapture. The group never found another national hit. But their novelty preserved a vanished ritual, millions arranging their afternoons around fictional lives. Sometimes the strangest songs are snapshots of habits we once thought would last forever. Number 12, Eat It by Weird Al Yankovic.
Well, don't you know that other kids are starving in Japan, so eat it.
The opening guitar and pounding beat were instantly recognizable, but the drama had moved from street toughness to unfinished dinner. Weird Al Yankovic's Eat It parodied Michael Jackson's Beat It with remarkable musical precision.
Just have yourself the blame, so eat it. Just eat it.
And Jackson personally approved the idea during the towering success of Thriller. Producer and guitarist Rick Derringer recreated the famous solo originally performed by Eddie Van Halen, giving the joke a level of craftsmanship few novelty records received. Released in 1984,
Eat it. Don't you make me repeat it.
Eat It reached number 12 in America, topped the Australian chart, and earned Yankovic a Grammy Award. More importantly, it transformed him from a cult radio oddity into a lasting pop culture figure. The humor worked because it never sounded contemptuous. Beneath every exaggerated bite was genuine admiration for the original. Parody, at its best, is not the opposite of respect. It is what happens when affection becomes mischievous enough to wear a disguise. Number 3.
He was like freaking me out. He called me a beastie. That's just like he was totally blitzed. He goes,
Number 13, Valley Girl by Frank Zappa. Featuring Moon Unit Zappa. It sounded like a private teenage conversation had accidentally wandered into an experimental rock studio. Frank Zappa reportedly invited his 14-year-old daughter Moon to improvise the slang she heard among San Fernando Valley teenagers, creating a collision between adolescent chatter and her father's angular musical world.
like my mother, she like makes me the dishes and
An acetate reached influential Los Angeles station Croak before the official release. An enthusiastic listener response helped push the record into wider circulation. Valley Girl eventually reached number 32 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming Frank Zappa's only American top 40 single.
except my teeth are like too small, but it's no biggie. It's so awesome. It's like
The irony was almost perfect. He intended the song as satire, yet its popularity helped spread the accent, vocabulary, and stereotype far beyond Southern California. People imitated the very behavior the record was teasing.
blitzed. He goes like, back your face, I'm sure.
Culture often refuses to follow an artist's instructions, especially when a joke is more enjoyable than its warning. Sometimes satire changes the world by becoming the thing it hoped to expose.
Do the curly shuffle. Hey Mo, hey Mo, hey Mo, hey Mo. Well,
Number 14, The Curly Shuffle by Jump and the Saddle Band.
like a fight, but don't like a scuffle. But dance all night, do the curly shuffle. Hey Mo.
For children raised on battered television reruns, the Three Stooges never seemed old. Their eye pokes, frantic footsteps, and impossible sound effects belonged to an eternal afternoon where consequences disappeared after the commercial break. Chicago group Jump and the Saddle Band turned that affection into the Curly Shuffle, with singer Peter Quinn imitating Curly Howard's famous noises over a lively Western swing arrangement. Initially released independently, the record attracted enough regional attention for Atlantic Records to distribute it nationally.
The curly shuffle. That's right. We do the curly shuffle. What'd you say? We do the curly.
It reached number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100 in early 1984, around the period when the Stooges were receiving renewed public recognition, including a Hollywood Walk of Fame star. The video used footage from their classic shorts, and the song later became familiar at New York Mets games.
Did you heard of Michael Jackson?
This was not cynical nostalgia manufactured by a committee. It felt like fans passing a beloved joke to another generation. Laughter can be inherited just as powerfully as music. Number 15, Money Money by Billy Idol. By 1987, Money Money was already nearly 20 years old, but Billy Idol made it feel like a dangerous new discovery. Tommy James and the Shondells had first taken the song into the top 10 in 1968, while Idol recorded a studio cover in 1981. The version that finally reached number 1 in America, however, was a roaring live performance, released years later after clubs and radio stations kept reviving it. Its success created a remarkable chart coincidence. Idol replaced Tiffany's I Think We're Alone Now, another cover of a Tommy James hit, at number 1. Meanwhile, audiences invented a rowdy call-and-response chant that never appeared on Idol's studio recording or the original song, eventually causing some schools to ban it from dances. The crowd had claimed ownership, adding its own unruly tradition. Great pop songs do not always remain where their creators leave them. Sometimes they survive because listeners rewrite the memory together. These songs remind us that the pop charts were never as predictable as nostalgia makes them seem. The 80s had room for arcade machines, scientists, soap operas, chess players, puppets, cowboys, yodeling, and words invented simply because they sounded right. Some of these records were jokes, some were experiments, and others were sincere ideas wearing very strange clothes. Yet everyone found listeners willing to carry it forward, which wonderfully weird 80s hit still brings back the clearest memory for you. Share it in the comments, and subscribe to Retro Remix for more journeys through the songs that made music history unforgettable.